Welcome back to Jolly Jillys Crafts. This is week 2 of double feature week, so this should be the Tuesday video. I'm gonna do 2 crafts today, a snowman, and then also we're gonna redo a candy cane wreath from the Dollar Tree. It's not really a wreath, it's more like a form. So first things first, we're going to be doing the snowman. So I'm just gonna show you the stuff that you'll need. So this is a 12-inch willow form wreath, and then there's a smaller one. I think it might be 10. So this is what it looks like. I have repainted them. So I'm just gonna put this down for now. Okay, so what we need is the 2 wreaths. I repainted them white. It's a real pain in the butt. So if you can spray paint it, that would be better. So this is gonna end up being the snowman's body. So his head and his body. Okay. Also, I got this scarf, the fleece scarf, men's fleece scarves from the Dollar Tree. I got them last year, and I really like this pattern. What I did is I cut it in half, so you can make 2 snowmen instead of 1 if you want. And then for the hat, this is the hat that I'm going to use, and originally what it was a Halloween decoration. So at the end of Halloween, I got 2 of these guys, and I thought those would make amazing snowman hats. So I cut them in half, okay? So I'm going to put that down, and let's get started. So like I said, you're going to have to paint these white. I mean, you could leave them that light brown color if you wanted your snowman to be light brown, but I just repainted them white because I thought I would like it if my snowman would be white. So the first thing you need to do is grab some zip ties, and I'm gonna say get the medium size zip ties because the small ones just won't cut it. So they're about this long. I'm guessing this should be like 6 inches maybe, and I'm gonna use probably 3, and I'm just gonna zip tie these 2 pieces together. So it'll be really, really quick. I think the easiest way, let me just make sure I do this properly. Okay, the easiest way is to lie them down and do it. I'm not sure if you can see that. And then you just kind of put them where you want them, see if you can't fit them together. And I'm gonna start with the center one. You're not gonna see this anyway. Okay, so get it worked. Because what happens is, aren't that strong. But what happens is you're going to cover that up with the scarf anyway. So I'm going to use about 3 or 4 because I want to make sure it's stable. My hands aren't super, super strong. So just kind of put it down here and then pull it through here. Not what I did before. Oh, I'm doing it backwards, guys. Haha, just joking. There we go. Okay, so there is one way that the zip ties work, and if you do it the other way, they do not work. So let's see. And you'll know you're doing it right is if you hear this like cracking sound, okay? Oh, okay. You can hear the cracking. Okay. My hands aren't super strong for this. No, I need to put a couple more on there. Let's see. So it has to be looking like this, and then you know you can get the zip tie through. Okay. But like I said, my hands aren't super strong. So let me try this again. You can hear it tightening now. Tighten that down good, because you want to make sure it's stable. I'm going to use another one, because I want to make sure it's super stable. And even if you wanted, you could stick like some glue, some hot glue too. I don't think I'm going to because I don't want to mess up my tablecloth here. But let's see. So stick it and oops, that one didn't want to work. Okay, let's see. Did I do it right? Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's pretty sturdy. See, like that? And then I'm just going to take my handy dandy wire cutters and snip off these little ends here because I don't like them. And plus, you're going to be putting our, oops, you're going to be putting, I'll hold those on, that's better. You're going to be putting a scarf around him anyway. Yeah, there we go. So you know we're almost done, right? We just have to tie a scarf around his little wee neck and put on his hat and decorate his hat a bit, and then this guy is good to go. So what I wanted to do is I want to make a bow tie around his neck. So I'm just gonna, I already cut this in half, and as you can see it is quite long. It's quite long. So you're just gonna stick him right underneath him, right? Kind of try and make it as even as possible. Doesn't matter the front and the back because it has the same pattern on each side. So just kind of make it as even as possible when you're tying it around his neck. Okay, so like that. And I'm gonna tie it and I'm gonna make him a little bow tie. And then as you can see, it does cover those zip ties nicely. Let's see, especially when you have the bow tie on there. So it's just a regular knot. Nothing big, nothing difficult. Just a little knot around his neck. Just to keep him warm. I mean, it's winter, guys. We need to be having a warm snowman. We can't let him freeze out there. Anyway, there we go. So you can see the zip ties are reasonably covered. I might stick a little glue behind there, actually, just to make sure it stays where I want it to stay. So I have my glue gun already heated up, because any day you get to use a glue gun is a good day. Okay, so just kind of stick it up there a little bit. And you have these guys falling down. And that way you can also make sure that the zip ties are perfectly covered. Okay, so there we go, little snowman. Did I ruin my nail? Ah, there we go, it's fine. So stick that back in my handy dandy little pasta jar. Okay, so this is what he looks like so far. Okay, so he has this little bow tie going on there. He's super duper cute. Great job. Love you, snowman. Okay, now we're gonna go put his hat on. But before we put his hat on, I wanted to decorate it up a bit. I mean, it's very fancy, but I wanted to put like a little leaf and some berries there. So I have this Dollar Tree pick. It's a premium Christmas tree pick, and I really like this leaf. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. I'll rip it off, yeah. Cut it. Oh, I just ripped it off. And then take some berries as well. So I think I'm gonna cut that end off because I don't like that little end there at all. So I'm gonna place it here and then just put some berries in there. So I'm just gonna glue gun it in place, kind of up on an angle like that. Oops, I'll show you in a minute. Because you know, you gotta be a little bit whimsical. It's Christmas time after all, isn't it? Okay, so just kind of put some glue on the back there and then stick it on, put it on a little angle. There we have our leaf. And we're just gonna go in and put some berries kind of in the middle center here, right there, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut some more berries, and then we'll just glue his hat right on his little wee head. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, you could, on the back of the hat, you see I painted it black, you could stick zip cords through here and zip it on that way, but I'm afraid that this cardboard that I put on the back isn't strong enough to support it. So I'm just gonna put glue. I'm just gonna glue it on for now. Let's see. How does that look there? Maybe a little big. Let me see. I'm just gonna play around with it for a second until I like how it looks. I think that's good. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some glue on the berries here because I want to put the berries on. A little bit at the bottom there, just to make it a little more fun, you know? A little bit more fun. A little bit more festive. And let's see. Yeah, I'll just stick a couple more berries right there. Okay. Stick it right there. I have a lot of berries because, you know, gotta be extra sometimes. This is a perfect time of year if you're extra like me, because you can just be extra all day long, 24/7, and people are like, ah, it's Christmas, she's just extra. You know, and then it's really fun, and that's the perfect time of year to be extras right now. Okay, so this is what our hat looks like with the berries. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna glue it on his head. So I kind of like it kind of tilted to the side, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Here, like this, kind of tilted. a little bit like a whimsical snowman. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it that way. Move the stuff out of the way so I don't. And I'll load up my glue gun again really quickly with this excellent Gorilla Glue, which is really, it holds really, really well. So I'm just gonna lay it down and kind of place it like that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put a lot of glue. Now try and get the hat so it's positioned kind of like a little bit lower, because you don't want it to fall, right? So you want to be able to hold it steady. So kind of like down a bit. Fix that there. I think I like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna load this bad boy up with some new glue. Okay. You want to put enough glue so you make sure it sticks. Okay, there we go. So I like him right there. So I'm just gonna stick there. I'm gonna hold this hat on until it sets up. So just a couple minutes here, or about a minute. Oops, there we go. Now both of the crafts that I'm doing today are super, super easy. Now if you can't find a hat like this that you want to make on your own, you can definitely get one of the ornaments. They're smaller, but they'll work. So there's a bunch of different Christmas tree hat ornaments that they have at the Dollar Tree right now. And they would work just fine as well. I just saw this and I instantly thought snowman. So that's what I did. And I mean, crafting is individual, so if you can't find something, you can always make do with something else. You know what I mean? Just have to use your imagination and all that good stuff. So I'm just waiting for this glue to set up because I don't want the hat to fall off when I pick it up and show you guys how it looks. And I mean, I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it's looking pretty darn cute. It'd be nice to hang up on a wall or give as a present. You know, snowmen are really, really cute. You can make it more wintry. You could make it have a blue hat and keep it around all winter. You know, so they're not marked specifically for Christmas, but this one kind of is because of the red and green and black. I think it might have been, oh, it didn't set up yet, I don't think. Nope, still waiting. Okay. So I'm just kind of put my hands in there. It's still quite hot, so I might even stick a little bit extra glue in there. You know what, I'm gonna pause the video so I can get this glue to set up. So I'll be right back in a minute. So here is the final product of our snowman. And also I put a little hanger up here so you can hang him on the wall, or if you give him as a gift, he can go on a wall somewhere. So he's really, really cute actually. I really quite like him. I think he turned out well. Little whimsical kind of hat there. Okay, so that's good. So I'm going to get everything prepared for the next part of the video. So just hang on tight. Hi guys, so now we're going to redecorate this candy cane here. So I do not like this guy. I think he is too flashy. Don't like him too shiny. So what you do is you take off all of this jizz jazz on here, and what you're left with when you're done is this little form. Now it's really, really cute. I love it. Like this. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this ribbon. I bought this ribbon last year from, I think, on Black Friday from Joann's. And this one here, I think I bought from Joann's too. So let's have a look here down at my hands and see what we're doing. Now you're going to be using the glue gun a lot, so you need glue gun and glue stick refills. So let's get started. Okay. All right. Okay, so what you do to start is you just kind of decide which way you want this. So I want to have the little things hanging over. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to flip this to the back, and you're going to put a whole bunch, like a bead of glue around here, because that's where you're going to adhere the ribbon to. So this is going to be a really cute ribbon candy cane. So I'm just going to, oops, go ahead. Now these can be a little bit sharp, these things, but we're going to leave them on anyway. So there we go. So I want my guy to be upright. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bend it over like this. Bend it over and just attach it to the glue, okay? And basically what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be wrapping this guy up. So I just kind of, the first level, I just kind of put it on the back here. And if you wanted to add some glue just to secure the back, you can, because what we're gonna be doing is we're just gonna, like I said, gonna be wrapping it. Oops, that'll do down here. There we go. And you just wanna have it kind of a neat edge on the front, so that's why you're wrapping it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then we take it and we just pull it a bit tight, and then we start wrapping. So my guy is a bit backwards here. So I'm just gonna kind of take it off the spool. I'm left-handed, so I'm doing this very backwards. So let me just, there we go. Let me just kind of use my hand that I'm naturally inclined to use. Okay, there we go. So you just continue to wrap all the way up. All the way up. And I like to leave a little bit of a space. Some people like to wrap it very, very tightly, but here I like to have kind of a good width of ribbon because I like that look. But if you wanted to make it shorter, if you're saying if you're using just red or just green and you want to make it tighter, you definitely can and make them closer together. I just like how it looks a bit spaced out better, especially because on this ribbon, there's really cool pictures. Okay. And so you just, there goes the glue gun. You just continue to wrap and wrap. Okay. Now when you get to this part here, it can be a little tricky, so just take your time. This is not a race, this is crafting, and crafting is fun, or it's supposed to be fun. So you just kind of take it up and around, and I kind of like the way it looks a little bit diagonal, so just kind of take it up and around again, and around. There we go, kind of like that. And just keep it tight. Now, if you wanted to be adding some beads of glue to the back of this, you're more than welcome to. It will stick without it because these little plastic guys are like little teeth, basically, and they can hold it on there, the ribbon. Okay, so just continue to wrap it, and then it takes no time at all, and it turns out really, really cool looking. Especially I like this one because it's kind of rustic looking. So if you're into that kind of farmhouse look, this would be right up your alley. Okay, all right, so just continue to wrap, making sure it's snug kind of all the way around. Okay, and then before you know it, you're almost back at the end. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut maybe like a little bit, leave a little bit of a tail so I know where that is. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I did it a little bit too small. So we're just gonna space it out a little bit better. Just space it. See, that's the thing with crafting, is there's never mistakes. You just have to readjust what you're doing. Okay. So for instance, here I can just tuck that in. Okay, and you just want it to make it to look kind of neat, right? So I'm just gonna tuck it in and around, and so you don't even really see what's going on here. Okay, pull it up a bit, pull that up a bit. So, and in fact I might, there we go, pull that a bit tighter. Here. And you just kind of fit it to the candy cane. And there we go. Because at the end of the day, you want people to know that it's a candy cane, right? Okay, so I'm going to move that out of the way. So I'm just shaping it a little bit here, as you can see. I'm just shaping it around just to kind of make sure that the whole red area is covered. And I'm going to flip it on the back here, and I'm going to put some glue. So, oh, my glue gun fell. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna take some glue and stick it down on the ends here and make sure that we have that part covered, because no one wants to see the red through the, here, no. And once that's covered, we're just gonna go ahead and flip more glue onto it, right? Okay, just kind of bend it over and shape it so you can see the candy cane end here, okay? And that's hot. Okay. Be careful not to burn yourself. It's a difficult thing to do when you're using a glue gun, but try your very best not to burn your little self. It's easier to start than it is to finish, so just use the scissors here so I don't burn myself. There we go. And then let's see. Oh. Pull it over a little bit. All right. All right, so we have our whole, I'm gonna cut this off on the back just to make it neater. And we're gonna stick some glue right under here to make sure this whole ribbon is down. Neat looking on the back so it's not so messy. Make sure it stays. There we go. Now I really like this ribbon. I think it's really nice. Has a really good look to it. Very rustic farmhouse, like I said, if you're into that look. And let's see, so this is the finished product on the front, but we're not gonna leave it here. What I wanna do is put a bow right about in the center there, okay? Just to make it look a little different. Just to make it look more fun, you know? Just more fancy like. There we go, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this, I'm pretty sure it's black and white. It looks a little bit blue and white, but I think it's black and white. Pretty sure. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm just gonna go ahead and tie a knot and then just do like a regular shoestring bow. So I'm just going to cut about 1 meter of ribbon off of here, and I'm gonna go ahead and tie it around and then make a ribbon out of it. Okay, so with this glue gun so I don't burn myself, and I'm just gonna do it like this. Okay, so take it, measure it halfway. Okay, about halfway. Yeah, it's about halfway. Stick it under. And I'm just tying regular bows today. That's my idea for today. Okay, so tie it like this and tie it on. Later, if you wanted to go back and put some glue on it to secure it, you can do that. Now, I don't know if I am able to tie a bow upside down. Let's see how successful. Oh no, I will totally do it wrong. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tie a regular shoestring bow. So 2, 1 through and through. Okay, so now it's good that you don't glue it yet because you want to make sure that you're happy with the placement. And this needs to be longer. This might be too big actually. Make it nice and tight, and then because this is wired ribbon, you can just fluff it up to your heart's content. Make sure that kind of both sides are even, and it's kind of a double bow here. The no, that's not what I'm saying. The ribbon is the same on both sides, so there's no good side or bad side. There's just a side. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and there we go. That's better. If you wanted to go ahead and add like a snowflake or something to the middle, you can. I kind of like the way it looks just like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and dovetail the ends of this ribbon. So you just, how you dovetail is you put the ribbon together, the two wires side by side, and then you cut downwards. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. Some people like to, you know, cut their own V's, but I like to do it all at once. And it just adds kind of a pretty detail to the bottom. And I went way too long with this ribbon, overcompensating for earlier when I had too short of a ribbon. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna make another dovetail. Make it right about the same size there. So what I do is I fold the ribbon in half, making sure that the two wired edges are together, and then you just cut like a little triangle shape downwards. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. And then that's how we dovetail. And if you want to kind of like wrinkle up the bow a little bit or shape it, it's up to you what you want to do. But for now, I think I'm happy with this. Now you can give this as a gift. You can hang it on your door. A lot of people have been using the metal frames, but I couldn't find enough metal frames. And I like how it's a little bit off kilter. Now what you can do to hang this is you grab, I just had some here. So I'm just sliding off camera here for a second. You're gonna grab some of this jute rope, okay? And like I did in the other one, I don't like how that's separating so much. How I did with the other one, I'm just gonna put a little handle here, right? And so just about, I guess, 2 inches, maybe two inches on each side, and then you just kind of cut it at the same level there, and then you just glue it on the back, and then you have a little hanger to hang it on the wall. Or you could alternately, you could just put a big string on the top, but I don't really want to see this string. Actually, that's a bit too long for my liking. So I just want to be able to have it like a floating candy cane on the wall. So that's what I like. These make cute little gifts. They're homemade, they're quick, they're easy. Okay, so just kind of find the center of the top and then glue this down. Okay. And then I always add glue on top of the string to kind of give it extra, what do you call it? Extra support. And now I'm just gonna add more glue to my glue gun. Okay, and so that's gonna stay there, hopefully. Okay, stick it there. Now flip this one over, and right about here, do the same thing. This is moving all over the place right now. So there we go. Okay, now you can just kind of hold it in place because you want it to stay. You don't want it to be moving all over the place like this crazy piece over here is doing. So let me just put more glue on that one there. Okay. So just kind of hold it in place until it sets up. So a couple minutes. There we go. Now it's staying better. Just put your finger there. Now don't touch the hot glue because it hurts when it burns. So be careful. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of hold these in place for a couple minutes. So I'm just gonna pause the video because this does take a couple minutes and there's no sense you watching glue dry. Okay. So you see I put this on the back. And so it can hang like this, you see? You put it on a nail on the wall, or you put it on a little, what do you call it? One of those command strips, and it hangs. So here we go. This is our kind of rustic, kind of farmhouse looking candy cane. You can do a whole bunch of different things. So you can make this as fancy as you want. You can add bows, you can add ornaments, you can add anything you want on it. This is a very quick and cheap and easy, and it looks nice. So it turns out really, really well, and I quite like this one. I think I might give this as a gift to someone, but I do like how it turned out. It's it looks really, really cool. I like it. So thank you for spending the time with me at Jolly Jillys Crafts today. We are going to be posting another video on Thursday because it is a double feature week, and then after that we're going back to regular one every Tuesday. So please remember to like this video and subscribe. And remember, Jolly Jillys Crafts. Have a great day. Bye.